Hey Stampin' friends, come on in and join me for some Stampin' fun today. I am going to create a card using By the Dock, this bundle. And this is a fantastic little bundle. I love playing with it. It's got stamps and it has dies that come with it as well. And I used this when I did my masculine class. So I kind of am doing a series and showing you of what we did in my masculine card class. And so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White 8.5 by 5.5, fold that in half. That'll be our card base. And I also have a piece of Mossy Meadow that is 5.25 by 4. Oh, we might be out of adhesive. We'll see how far we can get. It's all right, I have an extra one. So I'm just going to attach that to the front of my card base. And then I took, there's my some little parts. I did take a piece of Mossy Meadow designer series paper. So this class that I did was actually in person in my studio, and everyone got to make 2 of every card. And I included a pack of the designer paper for them so that they were able to use whatever pattern, whatever color they wanted, and then they could take home the rest. So we're going to cut this one 2 inches by 5 inches. And I used the polka dots. I thought that kind of worked. The other side is kind of like fabric looking maybe, so you could use that. Or I went with the polka dots. I thought that was kind of cute. So we're going to put the polka dots on here and attach that right along the edge. Then I took a 1.5 inch circle punch, and I'm going to stamp my birthday sentiment on that in our Memento Black. And this birthday sentiment came right out of that stamp set as well. Now, I also, ahead of time, I stamped my little boat here, and I die cut that out. So I'm going to do a little bit of coloring while this dries. The other thing I did ahead of time was I punched out of crumb cake. I used I think it's called Label Me Lovely punch, and that's in our current catalog. So I'm going to attach that to my card. I'm out of pop dots. Oh my goodness, I've been stamping too much, guys. I'm running out of goodies. We're going to use black pop dots today, black dimensionals, because they're here. And so I'm just going to attach this to my card base with the dimensionals. And I'm going to do dimensionals on this too, so it's actually kind of got like a double layer of pop-up. The male people will love it. They always give me a hard time because I've got too much frou-frou on my cards. So I took our Stampin' Blends and I used the Mossy Meadow, and I'm just going to color the top of the boat, kind of the little rim around the outside. So I'm doing that with Mossy Meadow here. And so it definitely is pertinent that you use the Memento if you're going to use alcohol markers, right? Because we don't want our ink to bleed, and it can if you use something other than the Memento with the blends. So I'm also going to do this little rim inside here. I'm going to do that in green as well. Then I have crumb cake, and I just did right where there's natural shading. That's where I did my dark crumb cake. So sometimes they give you little cheat lines in here. And then I also just kind of drew the lines on the boat. There's some natural shading there, and then a lot here on the inside. So I'm going to use the dark where they tell me there should be shading. And like I said, I just kind of use your judgment, color wherever you want. I just love these blends though. I cannot get enough of them. I think I'm going to make the little seats in here darker, and then I'll blend them a little with my lighter crumb cake too. Okay, so then I come in. Now you'll see different people different strokes for different folks, right? Some people like to do the light first and then go in and bleed with the dark. I do my dark first. It's whatever suits you. Whatever, are you ready, guys? Whatever floats your boat. I know, that's pretty bad. Sorry. So lame. Try again. Also, this poor little crumb cake, I think, is getting towards the end. I will tell you ahead of time, it is a little bit easier if you stamp and color than die cut. But I wanted to have this done for video purposes. And this one's doing okay, but sometimes it moves a lot when you're trying to color when you have a very small die cut piece. So that would be my suggestion at home, would be to die cut first, color first, then die cut. And I'm kind of trying to be quick here so that you don't have to watch paint dry. Okay, so now let's go ahead. We're gonna do some more dimensionals with our little boat here. I'm trying to think of where it's gonna go. Down, do one at the bottom, one at the top. And so I'm just gonna put that here. Then what I did ahead of time as well was I die cut 2 little oars out. So I don't know if you guys can see, but the little oars have wood grain in them, which is so, so cute. So those were just die cut out using the dies and the, well, I was gonna say Big Shot, but you know, we're getting ready to not have, we don't have the Big Shot anymore. So we're getting a new one coming very, very soon. Yay. So I'm just using some glue dots for my oars. Now I think, are you guys gonna stay where, I think I'm going to just put a mini dimensional right underneath because I have a feeling that they might want to pop off. So a little mini dimensional, oh, I get off camera real easily. A little mini dimensional I think is going to be perfect to hold those oars in place. Then I am going to tie a little linen bow, and that'll kind of help hold it in place too. Oops, there we go. All right, so I took 2 pieces of our linen thread, and I'm going to tie a little bow. I'm going to do this slow because people always ask me how I tie bows. First of all, let me preface this by saying I am a lefty. So I do things a little different than right-handed people, but I still think the gist of it is the same. So what most people want to do is actually tie that knot like you tie your shoes. I avoid that piece altogether, and I just do bunny ears. So I just do one bunny ear here, and then I wrap it around, and I send another bunny ear through there, and it makes my bow less wobbly, and I'm able then to make it bigger or smaller as I see fit. Okay, that's how I do bows. And I had to chuckle because so many of my stampers have messaged me and said, guess what I learned to do during lockdown? Tie my own bows. Because a lot of times in class, they just hand me their string. And they're like, I can't even. So I will tie bows for them. And I'm happy to do that. But I'm really happy if during lockdown, you learned how to tie bows too. Because then you can keep on playing at home. So there's a little glue dot right there, just where those oars meet. And then you can trim off any of the extra, and there you go. Such a cute little kind of masculine or fisher person. Anyone who likes the water, likes the ocean, likes to fish. So that's a great little card. Very quick and very simple. So thanks so much for joining me. Have a great week. Happy stamping.